Alright, hey, how we doing? Here we go. 25 pounds of soldate 60, approximately it's 2 years old. This is from October 2013, so it's about 1 year, about a year and 6 months old, this clay, and it's not in too bad of shape. So what I'm going to do is put this into like a watermelon shape, like an egg but even on both sides. I do that by first making one side pointy like that, and then instead of making the other side pointy, because that would make these two parts right here would make a fold. You don't want to make a fold, so we have to go from this way. Now we even out this part right here. We're going to even out this part, this little sharp hump. Here we go. Because you can't fold it over itself or it will be a weak spot. Therefore, the objective of the bounce wedging is defeated, because if you have to separate the clay from itself or stick to itself, it makes weaker spots. So this is bounce wedging, which is the wedging of a piece that has come out of the pug mill. So it is de-aired. It's freshly pugged, it's very even in consistency, and it has been de-aired. It's very firm, like soft plastiline. This isn't actually that hard, but sometimes it gets up to like soft wax consistency, but it's definitely firm enough that it does not stick to your hands. Like, it doesn't stick to anything, like it's not wet. It's just barely has enough water to remain flexible. Okay, so here we go. Then we do the other side like that. So you do very even pedals of pressure. You know what I mean? Facets. That's what I mean. Facet, like a diamond with a bunch of little tiny flat spots that are very generally turn out to be generally round. Okay, so then we did that sharp pointy, then we smoothed out that spot. Now we make this side pointy. Now we're going to smooth out this spot here, and it's going to be a watermelon shape. There we go. Then we can even up the middle right here, and it has never folded over itself, so there's no weak spots. Okay, so we turned it from a cylinder into an ovoid. We went from a cylinder with sharp corners right there. It's round. It's always round this way. This way it's directly round still, but this way it was square. This way it was square, like it was a cylinder. It was a 6 inch by 12 inch cylinder. Now we have it as a 7 inch by 12 inch ovoid. Nod. An ovoid nodule, that's exactly like the mathematical term, but you know what I mean, it's like a watermelon shape. Okay, so here we go. We get that. Okay, so that's general. Alright, and then we put these in half as much as possible, as evenly as possible with the string. Okay, and then this will be, okay, actually you want to keep them from drying out, because even 5 or 10 minutes can mean the difference between a hard spot, like in very high wind and hot weather. These sharp edges right here, these sharp edges can dry very quickly in 5 or 10 minutes. So if you don't have, so while I'm doing the other half, I'm going to so you cover this lightly in plastic. Okay, so now this will be the second part, will be just like, almost like the first part, except first I made that side, now I'm just going to do this side by itself. And these are smaller, so you can go more directly to almost a diamond shape. The first one has to be a watermelon because it's so big. But the second one, you just don't want it to fold over itself. The second one, you see, I try to put this side as a diamond. Now I'm going to put this side as a diamond. So it's like a faceted diamond, right? It's like a faceted diamond, which is even on the top and the bottom. Faceted diamond with no crown. See, it's just like that. It's like doom, 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 like that. Okay. Let me put a little flat spot on there. Okay. All right. And then we cut that in half with the string as evenly as possible. And we do the same thing. We have to as the pieces get smaller, it becomes more important to put them in side plastic if they're going to be outside for more than 1 minute. Okay, so then here we go again. This time it's a half a diamond. We're just going to make it into a whole diamond. We're going to do, okay, this side is a diamond, this side is flat. We're going to make this side go like that also. Okay, so we have that one again. Now there we have that is a 6 pound. Okay, the first one was 25 pounds. Then we cut it in half, and it's again, okay, it's a diamond shape again. Okay, and then we go like this. We make a flat spot on that 6 pound diamond. Okay, so then it should be like a little muffin, and this time cut it exactly evenly like that. Each one of these pieces should be 3 pounds 2 ounces. I'm gonna go get the scale. Here we go. Okay, let's see what it is. It is okay. This one is 2.9 pounds, so this is like almost 3 pounds. This is 2.9 pounds. Wow, they're exactly even, but they're a little bit under. But that's okay. So now we're going to do the origami. Not the origami like the Tetris. Okay, so we take this one out because we're going to work on it. We take these 2 3-pound muffins, try to make them into hemispheres. So that's half circles each, almost. Alright, so we put those together in a circle, and then so that's 6 pounds. That's one of 4 balls like that that we're going to have. Okay, so that's 6 pounds. Alright, and then this is half a diamond. We'll make this into another diamond. I don't want the lip to fold over on itself. I mean, I'm doing this pretty fast, but I have to because I've got to do this work. But I'll make a lot of videos of this, and you can see the different ways. But just whatever you do, make sure it doesn't fold over on itself. Okay. Okay, should we make this into a diamond? So the diamond wedging, I guess we'll call it diamond wedging technique. Doesn't really have a name, but it's just the wedging of a solid piece that has come out of a pug mill, because it's very strong. There's no hard spots, no soft spots. And the guy who does my clay is Steve Davis at Aardvark Clay in Santa Ana, California. Costs about $700 a ton. It's totally worth it. Maybe less than that. I think maybe it's $3 for delivery or something. I have no idea. Okay, so these are, I forgot. It could be, I think I pay $700 because I have to get it delivered like 500 miles or something. It's cheaper than that. It's like 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know. Put it this way, it's under 700. 700 with delivery. You can get someone who will deliver it or whatever. I go through Leslie Clay to get my clay from Steve Davis. Actually, I get it from Leslie Clay. They get it from Steve Davis, but I dealt with him personally when I was down there. When I was in Southern California, so he knows, we already discussed, you know, he knows very clearly what I want. And so, boom, I get it through Leslie Clay. So I get this clay through Leslie Clay. And there we go. I got these. That's a half a bag. That's 4 pieces that are about 3 pounds each. Okay. Alright, so actually I'm going to put this inside. I'm going to use these 4 pieces for the video. What I'm trying to do is show the wheel and chalkboard. It's a dry erase chalkboard, and I got the feeling that I'm going to want to explain some things maybe. I'm trying to kind of have a lesson, you know, kind of give a little lesson at the same time. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Right now, let's see. Just for starters, I'm going to throw a cylinder that's about 3 pounds, but I'll tell you exactly the weight. This is 2.96 pounds. So let's see how many ounces it is. How many pounds? Oh, messed it up. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So that's 2.96 pounds, or 47 ounces. Whatever. Anyway, so that's what that is. That's 2.96 pounds. Let's call it 3 pounds. This is a 3-pound pot. This is 1/8 of a 25-pound bag. That's usually how I, you know, think of them. A couple ounces different than 3 pounds. 3 pounds more or less. Okay, here we go. All right, so, oh, am I on? Is it on? It is on. Good. Okay. It's on. All right. Okay, here we go. Stick that on there. Actually, a little water on there. Get all the dry crumbs off because they make little hard spots. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the way I'm sticking this to the wheel is, I'll show you that. I'll show you that. Putting this stuff on the wheel. Whoa. Alright, let's say this is the wheel head right here. And the clay is on there. The shape of the clay is like this, like a half gumdrop shape. But if you look right here, it's a little bit like that. Right? So then, boom, we put this here. And stick it right on there first. Boom. Time, and then so you put pressure here, and then here, and here. That way. And then right there. So it makes a vacuum attachment. Okay, so that's really stuck on the wheel very seriously. Okay, so, well, there goes diagram number 1. I wonder if I can see it. Whatever. Anyway, this is just preliminary, but boom. So, anyway, these are lessons, but also these pots are for sale. So, this is actually lesson pot number 1, and it is for sale. Okay, so this is just going to be a fish-shaped vase. Yeah, fish-shaped vase. That's what I'm going to call it. I think it's a classic Chinese shape. Oh, this clay is really old and uneven, but I can still do it. It's going to be it's going to have character, so to speak. Clay is really hard. It's like years old. And sometimes I throw with absolutely no water, but I can't do that with crooked clay because it will tear. So this is not the mythological dry throwing. This is just throwing with little water. But the fact that the clay is very firm makes for some impressive results as far as shapes available and the fine detail of the pots, because we could make this very thin. And if it's not going to hold rocks or something, that doesn't matter. It could be paper thin. It can hold water. I think one of my what I was told is that a pot should be only thick enough to support what it is meant to do. If it's going to be full of water, you make it strong enough to hold water and not any heavier, because you don't want like a giant, thick, heavy thing as a pitcher or a teacup on your table. You don't. I mean, a lot of times we're stuck with them as beginners, or if we don't know what else to do, but I don't think that you know, ceramic tableware became popular because of the clunky stuff. I think it became popular because it has about the same weight as glass. So a bottle need only be as thick, a ceramic bottle need only be as thick as a glass bottle. And bottles last for many years unless they're directly broken, and I would have broken a thick one too, you know. You hit it with something rigid or something, right? If you drop it onto a flat surface, you know what I mean? So that's my philosophy on the thickness of pottery. It should be no thicker than it has to be. I mean, if it's going to get wear and tear, then yeah, it's a kind of a stone, you know. But if you're going to be drinking tea out of it with one, you know, with two fingers. So, anyway, my philosophy is learn how to throw as thin as you can, whatever that turns out to be, and you can always make it thicker on purpose, right? You can always make it thicker than you normally do, but you can never make it thinner than you normally do. So when you're practicing for yourself, you should make everything as thin as possible, because therein lies your limitation. Myself, I would like to say, I think I have I actually have the thinnest hand-thrown pottery in the world. I have to go get some water. Alright, I really don't have my proper brush. I forgot to get it before I started the video, but I can still clean my hands off here. unexpected. Okay. That was a lack of planning on my part. Okay. Here is... Okay, so my hands don't have a lot of clay on them. I have a stick. I have a 3-pound bag of clay on 3-pound half a ball of clay on there. I don't know where to put that. I'm really unprepared. It's my first time doing this here. My new studio is as big as the whole world because I'm outside. But hey, look at it this way. Sunlight is the best you can get. And I have a real high ceiling. Okay, so the lighting is the best and I have a very high ceiling. Here we go. Okay, so alrighty, so this is so I don't have to do it with my hands. This is very firm clay, I'm telling you. It's like soft wax. Okay, so it's not like butter, it's like cheese. It's like cheddar cheese. It's like rock hard. Not rock hard, but it's still flexible. Here we go. Anyway, so what we do is we go boom, down to the bottom with a stick. Take off the crumbs and the 2.9 pound pot. Okay, so then what I do is I throw the floor back across so I know exactly how thick the floor is. It's about 3/16 of an inch. Bam, I just did that. That's about 3/16. Maybe a little more, not much. Okay, then I pull the floor, and this is a really funny piece of clay, so I have to be careful. This clay is very uneven, and it's 2 years old. It's usually good for at least a year, but this is like going on 2 years old. And real good for a few months, and then it just degrades. It doesn't degrade, it just gets uneven and has to be re-wedged or has to be wedged in small pieces by hand. But I'm still using fresh bags out of the ton 2 years later, and it's pretty good clay. It is actually the best commercial clay that I have had. I've tried every kind I could, and it turns out this is actually the second kind I tried. I tried Lagunas first. I was trying, when I was first learning about clay, I was with Mike Fremkus, and we went out to Laguna Clay a few times, and we got into pugs and clay hard and stuff, and he was pretty sure that they were not sticking to the clay formula. He was thinking that the way the clay was acting, that they had added some kind of deflocculant or something that kind of made it act rubbery, which is good for students. It makes them feel like they're making, you know, a little ashtray, like easier than it would take. But that's all you can make with it, because if you go into real throwing skill, the rubber is just defeats the whole thing. It's not possible. So the clay body should be pretty much, you know, ball clay, fire clay, and sand. You know what I mean? Not too much exotic ingredients and stuff, you know. I mean, there are different things like flint and talc and this and that, you know, there are different things, but really I've basically been formulating clays out of ball clay, fire clay, and sand mostly. And or if you're going to start with whole raw clays, porcelain, Cedar Heights earthenware, red art, and porcelain. So those are basically my three kinds of clay. I usually use porcelain, like a real porcelain that can take like cone, 12 or 14. Okay, so my three kinds of clay that I use are porcelain, Cedar Heights earthenware, and Soldate 60 stoneware. Most of my work is made of those three things, unless it's homemade clay, you know what I mean? Unless it's formulated. But those are my three kinds of commercial clay. Okay, so here we go. The way the character of this clay is it seems like it's not too stable. I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make this into a cylinder, first of all. Alright. Okay, now there's a piece of soft clay, like that's from when I rubbed the water on there. It soaked in a little bit, so it started acting funny when it hit the wet spot. But that's pretty much gone. Alright, so. And I'm just pressing the inside finger against the outside finger into a truncated cylinder. 2.9 pounds of clay, Soldate 60. And this is pot number 1 for my summer sale. Bing! Alright. I can't explain every little thing that's happening because things change real quick and all the clay is different. So this, we're just going to go one more pull through here. I should slow it down too, because when it's uneven, if it catches on one of these spots, like when you're not using water, it'll just tear like a piece of paper. Especially porcelain and earthenware, they tear a lot more. The Soldate doesn't tear as easy, but I'm really pulling on it, so it might tear. Okay. Alright, so then, did I put the stuff back in the box? I think I did. Some new ribs. These are not very, these ain't the best, but we're going to use them. Okay, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. Not that much. Okay. When it's this hot, like the sun is out and it's windy, I have to wet the lip, or it'll just get crackly. You know what I mean? Like it will actually crack when you try to move it. We gotta keep that. Gotta keep a little bit of water on the lid all the time when it's hot. Okay, so alright, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna bowl out the middle. Then we're gonna fix the top and make a lip like this, like a wide open, like a flower vase with a high shoulder, and then it's going to go down into a narrow waist and back out into a foot. So it's going to be like an S. It's like a double S shape. It's going to go like this, like that. It's going to be like an hourglass, but with most of the distance up here. So here we go. Most of the girth will be above the equator. The equator would be the middle. Actually, the widest part is going to be a little higher than the middle. Okay. Here we go. First of all, we try to consolidate everything we got into a flat, almost like the ovoid, almost like wedging it. First we're going to make like almost a watermelon shape. Or a palm tree trunk. That wet so it doesn't crack. Okay. And that little crumbs on there. Let's get those off there. Just with that tip. You know what I mean? Even if you throw with no water, you must keep the lip. It'll tear all the way down. You know what I mean? It will tear all the way down the side. Okay, so here we go again. In here we want to pronunciate the neck and the lip. There we go. It's not too bad. Okay, so then do one more thing down there. Yep, that is a trip. Okay. It's not the best. It's better. Okay. Alright, here we go. To the diamond shape. I'm going to put a hump on that side of the diamond. Up the foot. Okay, we want that to be nice and like that. Okay, and the bottom part there, what we do is take this thing and just press it in there like a lathe a little bit. I say just. It's not easy. If you do it wrong, it messes it up. You do that, and a lot of times it leaves a crease. Go back in. That's it. Okay, and then we take a little flat spot there. Put those guys in there. String. Okay. Cut it loose. vacuumed on there. Okay, and then just real quickly, dang scale right here. And that is 2.53 pounds. So we lost 0.4 pounds in the we lost 0.4 pounds in the production of that. So here we go. So this is 2.53 pounds. What I do is I put it like right on the center. That was a pretty good guess. That's pretty much almost centered. I got a pretty good eye, huh? Anyway, so here we are. I'm going to measure this. This is 7 inches wide, and 11 inches tall. This is 7 inches wide and 11 inches tall out of 3 pounds of clay. And so I'm going to be selling these. I'm going to fire them to cone 10 in an electric kiln. And I'm going to be selling these very soon, and I would like anyone who can afford one or who appreciates the arts and appreciate my work. I really need to sell some of these. So this is the first video, and I'm going to make videos of each one that's for sale. I'm going to make videos of each one being made for this particular cause. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.